'Tis my duty to hear the people.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
Halt! You are approaching the gates of Vernworth, capital of Vermund. None may pass without the proper documents. If you've an entry permit, an invitation, or proof of citizenship, present it now. I see. So you are to meet with Captain Brandt. I shan't impede you then. Come with me.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, you should know that this individual fought valiantly to defend the troops. The Watchhead told me himself.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermund. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermund's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the council's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead. A mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consarn it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Good to see you, Mum.
Might you be looking to enlist?
Not. Care in the world, just as it should be.
Aye. Is there aught you...
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is...
This ox cart's bound for Mel. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
I'm a man of leisure.
To this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such.
Say, you've got a decent arm on you. And no need to be humble. Just the other day, I watched you fell a massive monster with my own two eyes. I've ne'er seen the like. Pray, sir, teach me to fight like you do. I'm after an instructor, see, but the ones in this city are cravens all. The sort that decided to teach to avoid the battlefield. If I'm to grow stronger, I need to learn from someone who's seen actual battle. A real warrior, such as yourself. Won't you give me a chance? And this Baron fellow, he's a real warrior? I suppose you wouldn't recommend him if he wasn't. And after all, I've seen your prowess. I'm inclined to trust your judgment. Many thanks, sir. Methinks I'll seek out this Baron and see what he can teach me.
Swiftly and intact.
You're like to run into some monsters on the way. Seems nowhere's truly safe nowadays. Should the cart be assailed, 'twill be your job to drive the beasts off.
Hands off the ox. Thank you. What brings you here? This ox cart's bound for Mel. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
What ought I to do? What ought I to do?
Wish the roads were safer.
I've got to focus.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
I'll take the night watch over desk work any day.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
Too much excitement.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
I'm in fine fettle
Living's hard,
Boots lace.
but dreams are free, I
I'm
say.
ready for patrol.
Let's not be hasty now.
Don't think I'll stand this!
My own master must be. Truly?
Time to ride.
We have aught we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended. Recipient.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that will...
Best keep your distance.
Hail, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent, you're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
You have...
Oi, bring me a... Oh, you're not one of us.
Aye, I reckon you'll be good at this.
Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it another time.
Aught you need of me?
I fear I've no...
I've not much to offer you, sir.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
My head will roll if aught goes awry.
It is quiet for that.
They have. This time I lay down.
It's this way.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It's a fair way you've come, then. Thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Shall we report our results?
That Lady Margaret's a kindly sort. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season. Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the saurian's nest, and your task is done.
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
I've just had a thought. Every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists. Each to their own. Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
'Tis done.
You've my gratitude for the work you've done for us this day. The rebuilding efforts ought to proceed. That Lady Margaret's a kindly sort. We met when I...
An impressive...
Well met. Have you any weapons for me? Good of you to go to the trouble. Many thanks. We'll gladly make use of what you've given us. I've you to thank for that new recruit, aye? The lad's well eager, he is. He fears naught, and he follows my commands with nary a word of complaint. Soldiers like him boost the morale of all around them. His presence bodes well, and I've you to thank for it. There's just one problem. Seeing a lad so spirited, so foolhardy, makes me recall a time when I was much the same. Sets my blood to boiling, you see. Makes me yearn for a bout with a skilled combatant. Need I explain further? I test my steel against yours, friend. What say you? Care to spar with me a bit? Glad to hear it. Follow me, then. Think of it like a game. Whoever steps out first, loses. Simple enough, eh? Seeing as you're no warrior, you do well to strike when I'm off balance. Let's begin. Fight well. I dare say I needed that. You've my thank. I've ne'er met anyone like you. You've done more for me this past while than anyone I've known has e'er troubled to. A commendable sort you are. Would that I had some way to repay you for all the good you've done me.
Sir Baron, you must come, and quickly. A goblin pack has descended over by the rope bridge. We're in need of your aid.
My thanks for the report. I'll go at once. Goblins can be dastardly. We'll have need of capable fighters. The more, the better. I'd fain have you at my side, friend, if you'd be willing to join the fray.
Wait! I here! Watch my back!
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
Another day, another adventure.
Well met.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall.
Randall! What happened? Speak to me, lad!
Sir, we managed to fell the goblins, but then a Cyclops charged us out of nowhere, wounded and enraged. We stuck the beast with arrows till one of them pierced its eye. It fled, but I've no doubt 'twill return.
Never mind that, lad. You survived, and that's what counts. Let's get you back to the encampment, aye? Twould seem my days of peace are at an end. Do you recall the soldier we met on the road? He was rather badly injured in the goblin melee. They'll want me to take responsibility for that, I just know it. Shan't be long afore I'm forced to resign from my post. I doubt such a thing would be asked of any human instructor. But I'm bestian, aren't I? There's no fighting it. But I'll be damned if I let the troops suffer on my account. In the time that remains to me, I'll get them trained up as best I can.
Vermin's treatment of beastrons is lamentable indeed. How unfortunate!
We want... For information. Mayhap we ought to...
What is it? If you're looking for Gran, she's out. 'Tis dreadful dull round here. How long do they mean to shut me away? All I want is to study magic, but Gran refuses to teach me. If only I had a grimoire or two, then I could study on my own. If you find any grimoires, would you bring them to me? You needn't seek them out. Any you happen to find will do. Still, I'll write up a list of the tomes I'd most like, so you know which ones to keep an eye out for. Let's see. There. All done. Mayhap I was a little overeager, but you needn't bring them all. Just 2 or 3 would be swell. Though I would be thrilled to have the lot. Oh, and Gran is like to confiscate the grimoires should she espy them. Pray hand them to me when she's not at home. Have you brought me a grimoire, sir?
We're here.
Ah, you've returned. How did you fare on the journey to Melv? Splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly earned a reward, my friend. Here you are. You've been an immense help, my friend. The cart reached its destination, safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters.
That's it! I've had enough! Clear off! And don't come back till you're ready to do business properly!
But I've got the coin, I swear it. I simply just...
Where is it then, eh? Bring the coin, all of it, or I'll call the sentinels on you again. Are we clear?
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'Tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
Pray, follow me.
What do you think? Does this suit me? My head hurts just thinking.
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll knock a few gold pieces off what you buy. So spend away, my good sir.
The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets.
I shall tend to you should you require healing, Master. You need merely say the word.
Oh, 'tis you. You're a welcome sight. Forgive my boldness, but I've a small favor to ask of you. Would you be willing to lend me some gold? I swear you'll be repaid in full. A trinket in yon shop caught my eye. A small, ornate box of exceptional craftsmanship. Alas, 'twould seem I do not have the coin on hand to purchase it. I can certainly procure the gold later, but by then, the box might be gone. If you'd be kind enough to lend me the amount I need, I would repay every last coin. Yes? Is there aught I can do for you? Or you bought it for me. Thank you. I'll treasure this. You're a kind soul. Pray, let me return the favor someday. I'm afraid I must be going now. Thank you again for your aid.
Hard to make ends meet these.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. If quality's your concern, you're in the right place. Many thanks. I appreciate the business. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore, but no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh? The Goblin's lair lies somewhere along the western road. I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at least.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment. How are things?
No sense traveling. Kind of hard. I'm barely scraping by.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
After a day of rest. Time to go home. Be the
Let's see. Where to next?
Here's the welcome. Any mistakes this time.
The sea lies in the distance, and beyond it, a land unknown. One day, when we're well prepared, perhaps we might venture there and explore.
That wasn't my vision. Are you looking?
Goblins, Master! It was excellent. I could have done no better. Think nothing of it. Well said. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. You truly are formidable, Arisen. This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
The paths to victory are miracles. That's factual memory of the Truly?
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and...
Battle is best avoided. Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Any beast will go ferocious when backed into a blade.
Master, are you unharmed?
I've got wares of every ilk.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners. Tis in caverns such as these that monsters thrive. Narrow passages.
We've got goblins! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Stay with me. Wait a moment.
What rattles me quite so much as the unexpected snuffing of my lantern light.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar. Methinks we could move this boulder if we went together. Would anyone care to push? I knew you would prevail, Master. Fight on, and victory shall be ours. Consult the power. That was hard won. What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries. You have my admiration. I doubt even my own master has obtained an article so rare. I will finish this, here and now! Focus your strength, Arisen!
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. You'll like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. Making our report ought to be our next priority. Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put it to use.
Goblins, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
The Arisen has been drenched!
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Oh-ho! You have procured an archer's staff, I see. Most excellent. You may now change your vocation to sorcerer, if it pleases you, sir. However, if you wish to register as a warrior instead, you will need to acquire a greatsword. Greeting. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is, methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the... He runs the local... May fortune smile upon you, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Marvelous! You have acquired both an archer staff and a greatsword. You may now change your vocation as desired, sir. What's more, I bear glad tidings. 'Twould seem our arms shortage is at an end. I dare say the armory will be resupplied anon.
A moment long awaited. I knew 'twas only a matter of time before your skills reached a new height. There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
Would you care to stay and talk a moment? I'm glad. Sit down, won't you? I'm rather fond of this place. I ne'er imagined a city could be like this. So full of excitement, so alive. And how could I have? In all my life, I've hardly left the palace. My mother is quite strict. You understand. Oft did I long for a taste of normal life. Even aught as simple as going shopping for myself. My mother has always procured the things I covet for me, so to pick out an item and obtain it with my own hands held a certain appeal. Of course, in the end, you were the one who made the purchase. That's all right. I know you meant well. Besides, I can safely say it was still a novel experience. I wanted to give you something in return by way of thanks. Here, this is for you. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope...
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by